All right, we're back again with another episode of Under the Vinyl. Kyle, how you doing?
Stay tuned, ARA Nate. I'm sure you can guess how I'm doing.
It feels like day 900 since we've been here since Friday,
Right,
but
yeah.
it's been a good show so far. We got a good guest on here today. We got Rob Cruikshank from 24/7 Events in California. Rob, how you doing, buddy?
Hanging in there, you know. It's been here since Friday, so
You and me both, man.
long nights, early mornings.
I'm the one you call when you need a turn up or down. I'm a tin rental man, I'm working all day, getting those stakes in the ground no matter what they say. From sunrise to the night, I make sure everything's right. Yeah, I'm a tin rental man, I'm working all day.
Understand. So, Rob, tell us a little about what your title is and what you're currently doing out at 24/7.
So we're primarily a tent company. We have general party as well. Structure, 10 meter to 50 meter, frame tent, 10 wide to 50 wide, tables, chairs, HVAC, power, elevated floor. So we kind of focus on infrastructure more than anything.
Okay. And then when did you start in the industry?
2002, I bought a business that had some table and chair, but it was just in a double wide in the back 40. And then in 2006, we wound up selling it was primarily a tool business, sold the tools, and instead of just getting a normal job, I thought it was a good idea to go and buy plates and linens and more tents, and here we are.
So you started as tool and party and then moved a little bit into party?
Moved 100% of the party.
Okay. And were you the original owner and started 24/7?
I bought an existing business from a company that had been there, man, probably 30 years. So it was, you know, it's old phone book days, right? So it was called A1 Rentals.
Okay.
And then we actually rebranded and put a DBA 24/7 in 2015.
Okay. And was this a family business, or was this something that you started out on your own?
Started on my own.
At first?
I grew up in the rental business,
Okay.
the tool business.
Let's jump back into that then. How did you grow up in the business, and what were you doing?
So my dad owned a company called AV Equipment Rental on Santa Clarita. We just sold to Sunbelt in 22.
Okay.
But I grew up in that yard, and then going through the ranks, it kind of came to the point that he had a partner, just kind of weren't sure what was going to happen. An opportunity came up to buy a company in Palmdale, and his partner didn't want to do it. So my dad asked me if I wanted to do it, so I jumped.
Jumped in, right in. So then,
I was waiting to be hired by the fire department, and I just didn't have the patience to wait it out.
You want to be a career firefighter?
I wanted to be a fire. Well, that was right after 9/11 in 2002, and everyone wanted to be a firefighter. So
you didn't ask to be a career tender. I don't think any of us really did. So
weird part is ultimately still a firefighter.
yeah,
Put out fires.
yeah. You put out
Just
fires
not using water.
Exactly.
every day. So jumping into the tools, and then did you just part from your dad, or did you take over that whole business?
So I bought that on my own.
Okay.
He was not part of it. It was my own thing. And then 4 years of that, I had another partner, but that lasted 2 years, bought him out. And then 2 years later, sold the equipment.
Well, I know that 24/7 today, the building and everything that you got, it's unbelievable. It's beautiful. Where did you guys start? How big were you guys when you first initially started?
So we were in the Antelope Valley, good old Palmdale right there by Lockheed. We had a 2-acre dirt lot, and there was a double wide in the back full of tables and chairs, maybe 100 tables, 1,000 plastic chairs.
Mm-hmm.
I had, there's like a 130 by 30 West Coast frame tent, like a 10 by 10 and 20 by 20, and like a champagne fountain. That's kind of how it started.
That's everybody's.
And
Candelabras and champagne fountains.
right, kneeling benches, can't forget that.
Yeah.
And we just kind of, after the tool sold, I just didn't know what the next step was, so we just went for it. We had a big contract with Boeing, or at the time was a big contract. They needed a 40 by 150.
Okay.
So the first big tent I bought from Aztec was a 40 by.
So you jumped right into Aztec then.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what kind of inventory did you kind of diversify from there? Did you stay with more tables and chairs and things like that, or did you just say, now that I got this tent, I'm going to start running down the different size tents and things like that?
We just did whatever the phone call was.
Okay.
And then
You became a yes man.
exactly. And a lot of people that I learned coming up through this, they would start in the general party and they would add tents. I kind of went the other way. I had a tent first, and then we kind of backfilled with more of that. So once we sold the lot and everything, we got a warehouse out there, and I went and bought an ironer because we couldn't get one to deliver me linens.
Okay.
So we bought a laundry facility, and
About the whole facility.
yeah,
Oh, the hell with it. Okay.
so I just went for it.
Why did you sell the tool business and decide to keep the tent side? From an outsider's view, I would always assume tool or A co-rental seems easier.
It's way easier. It was just a good deal.
Okay.
And then that wound up being a not so good deal. As I carried some paper. Fast forward to the 2008 crash, and let's just say it didn't work out so well for everybody.
Well, coming from a party guy, I feel like, yeah, I would rather be a tool guy. I mean, I did a little bit of tools when I was at Bryant's and party.
You are
but
a tool, though.
Yeah. Well, but it was more fun. I think with the bigger companies coming on, it wasn't as profitable. So everybody,
Right.
I feel like most tool owners transitioned into party rental and tents to find the more profit, unless you kind of grew that, really dove in head first on the tool side.
I mean, it was a race to the bottom,
Yeah.
especially in aerial, right? Like they were putting out scissor lifts for $250 a month. Like,
Yeah.
it got to a point, it didn't make sense. And, I either had to invest big or just say, we're going to be a small contractor yard, a homeowner yard.
Right.
And the dollars aren't there.
No.
To have a fulfilling career. So it just made more sense to say, I'm done with this.
Who kind of helped mentor you in this, or did you have any mentor in this when you started to jump into this party side? You said Aztec is where you got your tents from. Did you kind of rely on Aztec? Was there somebody in the industry that you were going off of and mentoring with?
No, I just went for it. And funny enough, your dad,
Oh.
it's random. So so we met from the Harbor Freight deal.
Yeah.
Right. So the local Harbor Freight was in Antelope Valley, and then they basically said, "Hey, you want to do 10 stores?"
Rob used to beat me up on price every damn week.
Well, he was just too expensive. Thought his 10 store made of gold or something.
Let's go.
So they said, "Hey, you want to do 10 stores?" We're like, "Sure." So it kind of kept spiraling. So I met you, and then I met Scott from Tenox, and
Yep.
I called him, and he hooked me up with your dad, and I learned a lot in that first probably year of doing small frame tents and doing them all around the country. And I don't want to say there was a mentor, but I was able to meet a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Which I think is really funny, because when I first met you and you were calling all these people to do different Harbor Freights and things like that, I feel like everybody kind of knew you then in the industry, and everyone's like, who the hell is this guy who's calling, that's getting all these, and why can't we get them when they're right in our backyard? So, and then learning from you and your team and how what you guys are doing and everything like that, which that was pretty good contract for you for a while.
It worked well. It was nice because it was they did it 6 times a year, so January and March.
Yeah.
It was nice to have that business. It was a lot. We didn't make a ton on the contract, but being able to hire ourselves to do 20 stores up and down the coast of California, and then just work with everybody around the country.
The outreach around the country, I felt like just saying, you put your name out there, people were asking questions, then later on, now you're here, and all the knowing everybody, or being in the bag group that you're in and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
People got to know you from that. I feel like that helped a ton, probably.
100%.
Well, what's been kind of the vision for the company and the culture moving forward now, coming from the small business, growing that thing up now? I mean, being as big as you guys are, you moved into this excellent facility. What's kind of been your company vision, and where do you see this going right now?
Right now, we find ourselves in an interesting spot. Like we do a lot of some big events. We do some small events. We don't have a lot in the middle.
Yeah.
So we're actually trying to backfill right now and do more homeowner stuff and get our local market. I mean, we're doing stuff in LA. We're doing stuff in Florida. Why can't we own our own local market? And this perception is we're too big. I'm trying to actually reverse that. It's really weird.
I think a lot of us have that.
Yeah, that's what it ends up happening.
Yeah, I mean, even at Chattanooga Tent, we love Chattanooga local, and it's our city, and you want to keep people from not coming to your city, but you feel like when you start traveling, doing the bigger stuff, you almost outgrow your city, and so you're trying to find your way back.
Or when all the backyard parties are happening, that's when you're already slammed doing the big jobs. So you're like, I can't take a crew to go do a 40 by 100. That's crazy.
Which you want to take all those, but at the end of the day, I feel like those backyard 20 by 40s end up being your biggest pain in the butt, and you're going back for more go-backs on a 20 by 40 than you would a 30 meter, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because Thanksgiving, right? Most party stores, you got to line out the door will calls for Thanksgiving. We close. We close the Wednesday before. Our local competitors, they have 300 will calls, and it's like we cannot. Even this year we tried to do this advertising thing and get involved in the PTAs and activate the moms in the area and get their zero. We just
nobody.
I don't know why we can't do it.
Well, so that's and that's funny. So we were talking balance and things like that with Mutton yesterday, and how he doesn't work weekends. Like they're done. They stopped working Saturdays and Sundays. Like they're not doing it. I mean, occasionally if they have to, they have somebody on call, but they're not trying not to do it for the most part. Do you feel like that's a good thing for you? You're able to close early. You're able to kind of give everybody the time off and create that culture.
Yes and no. But also, I went through that Great Recession and all that stuff. And at that point, I had nowhere to go but up because we were really small.
Yeah.
So I kind of built this thing by not saying no to anything. Like,
right.
If it's jobs on Sunday, we're going to work on Sunday.
Yes,
how it is.
Perfect.
But we will, to your point, we are starting to get to there where we close for those holidays, and we're not doing the backyard barbecue holidays.
Right.
Anymore.
Right.
But that's not to say that we're not trying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're trying to find that balance at the end of the day so that we have more longevity in this industry rather than everybody get burned out and quit, or they just don't want to come back to work and career path.
It goes back to the career path thing. It's hard to sell someone on hey, you can come work this great career, but you're going to work 7 days a week for
you're going to make great money at 90 hours a day or 90 hours a week. Yeah.
There's got to be a balance.
It is hard. And that's where I was saying, just with your vision and what you're trying to do with that. Cause I mean, you got to make money. You got to produce events. You got to do things. Our deadlines aren't able to be missed. We have to produce on our deadlines. We're the only industry where I feel like you say that you're going to do the wedding, you have to do the wedding and get it done. It's not, hey, I'm sorry, we're going.
Landscaper, you don't, I'm not going to cut grass today.
We'll just get it done later. We'll get it done on another
day. Next week.
Yeah.
You brought up culture, and, I'm sure you guys deal with this too. The older guys that are in there right now, they don't understand not working 90 hours a week. And the younger guys are like, well, I need my time off. Yeah. That clash is something that we're dealing with constantly, as I'm sure everybody is.
And then the balancing of the pay in that too, because obviously they want to work less hours but make more money.
Yep.
Or you pay them more money, give them less hours, and some of the people just don't want to work at all, period.
Or they don't understand why they can't TikTok it or something, or whatever that is, to make it work.
AI is not going to build this tech.
Exactly. So you guys moved into your current building, your new building, what was that, 3 years ago or so?
So we signed the lease 3 weeks before the COVID shutdown.
Oh, that was right.
That was exciting. And we decided that was the moment where we were going to double up on everything. So that was an exciting time.
So walk us through that.
Everyone's got their COVID story.
Yeah.
Our break came when the local bar called and I need a 20 by 40 tent. Her friend worked for the health department. They said, hey, they're going to let us open up outside.
Yeah.
So I'm like, whatever you need, we were bringing it. So wound up being one tent there. Then they ordered a second tent. And then one of the guys was working there. Or one of the guys was coming for a drink, happened to be the general manager at the Chili's, local Chili's.
Yeah.
So that guy called his boss, and now there's 3 Chili's, and that guy called his regional. Now there's 10 Chili's. That guy called whoever, and now we've got like 30 Chili's in there. So I'm sitting there going, okay, how much money do I need to make rent? And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm charging you.
Yep.
I wasn't trying to be greedy. I just needed to get something out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need the cash flow in.
Then came a gal I went to high school with. Her husband, their fiance at the time, owned all the local Gold's Gyms.
Okay.
So I called him and go, well, hey, I can help.
Yeah.
So got a contract with Gold's Gyms. That's where we bought a ton of structure, about a ton of 20 meter for that. Then he turned me on to his buddy at 24 Hour Fitness. So before you know it, I probably had 30 20 by 30s out. And they just sat. And that was...
you feel more comfortable than moving into that building at the time, like you made the right decision?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It wound up... it took 6 months to get to that point where I was like, okay, we're going to make it through this. And now I'm like, I miss it. Like, we have that back.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And how many square foot is your new building?
51,000.
And what was the vision behind that when you got there? What were you looking to accomplish? What kind of processes were you trying to get accomplished versus where you were before?
Improve our tent bay. So we got an SKP machine and a drum washer. Went through that. That was the first thing, and just more space to spread out.
Yeah.
And at the time, we were hosting a lot of nonprofit type events.
Okay.
So the more space helped. Like, we were kind of involved in the local politics, and that was the spot.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to do everything at the warehouse, which was fun. And just eventually just to grow, something to grow into. So it was a leap of faith. And now, as everyone happens, we're busting into scenes. Lease is up in a year. And now we're looking at 100,000 square foot.
And that's funny you say that, because that's what we're doing in Nashville currently right now. And I know Kyle is having the same issues. And
no matter what size building you're in,
too small.
Well, even
too small.
When we went to Copley's place a couple weeks ago, that thing is massive and it's beautiful and everything else. But he's already busting at the seams there too. not maybe at the seams, but he's filling it up quick. But I feel like, yeah, you can never have too much space. Do you feel like that improved your profits and your margins and everything by moving to that building?
I mean, it definitely improved our gross numbers.
Yeah.
We're buying more stuff. The projects are getting bigger. Profitability, I don't know if that's really changed that much. I mean,
Yeah.
hired more people, expenses went up. We're still able to we're still profitable. It's just, did that actually add more net profit? I don't think so.
Okay.
The numbers have definitely gone up.
Just felt like it's probably more the numbers. I equate it to the numbers that you don't get to see and you can't really produce because the efficiencies are better. And so you're able to move around a little bit more, things like that. But is it even that you could bring in a certain product to that building?
Well, as we started getting deeper in the structure, the next move was floor.
Right.
So now we're buying TF. Now we're buying Duratrack. We have all that. Then right after that, HVAC.
Yeah.
And all that stuff takes up a ton of space.
Then after that, bathrooms.
And after that, let's not forget the bathrooms.
So let's walk through kind of what you got. What kind of structure do you guys have?
Shelter.
Shelter. Okay. And then flooring, you said TF?
On TF. We have 30,000 square feet of TF. I probably think, I had to guess, I think we're right around 500,000 square feet of structure, and then frame tents.
Do you think that the flooring game kind of helped you be more diverse in the market to kind of be able to do different things, bigger things
Absolutely.
like that?
Flooring was a game changer for us. It was a big leap of faith. It's probably one of the most expensive things we bought, but the projects definitely came.
Good. So now a lot of our guests have said they have shelter structures.
Yeah.
How has your experience been working with them?
Shelter's been great. We've got everything. We have the 50 meters, so we run the 350 profile on the
50 meter?
50. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Big
Not
tight guy.
a lot. I mean,
Hey, big boy. So,
it's only been up. I've only put up biggest tent is a 50 by 85.
and then you have the atrium tent or what?
We have two. So we have the atrium and the Arden. So the atrium and the 20 meter, and the Arden is it doesn't have the center posts. And I wanted something like in LA. We've got a lot of tennis courts. So I want something that could pop up on a tennis court and hand raise it. And I also wanted to not be in 3 meter bay. So we bought that in the 150 profile that goes from a 12 to a 15, and we can hand raise it. I had the gussets engineered a little more so we can get 750 pounds a beam to hanging load on a 15 meter. And I also had them build it to fit the TF.
Okay. And easy product, love the product?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay. Has that been, I know everybody's kind of going that way with that look in the industry, it feels like right now, but what was your reason for wanting to get that?
So the first structure we bought was a 30 meter by 60 meter. We really jumped in hard.
Yeah.
And I was working with a friend in Las Vegas who also coincidentally came through the Harbor Freight connection.
Yeah.
And the job was for a contract for a 30 by 120 every other year. So I bought a 3060, he bought a 3060.
Okay.
And he used to work for Robert Crack
Yep.
at Rotor back in the day.
Okay.
So this was when Robert was first starting. So we bought that tent, and then I wound up having extra warehouse at the time. So Robert moves his stuff into our warehouse too. And so we kind of been working together for a while. And so we kind of third-party warehouse for them.
Okay. And how many employees do you guys currently have right now?
We're at nothing. Well, we were at 44. I think we lost 6 in Q1 so far.
And is that just because you guys are slow right now?
Well, we had some people quit. We had some people just wasn't working out.
Understand?
So, count goes.
And
One person quit as I'm getting on the airplane. That was fun.
Oh, I had one of those.
Well, they knew you were leaving.
Yeah.
They were hoping, did they send a text or an email? They were probably hoping it wouldn't get through until you landed.
I know it was a text message to both Chillin and I, and it was, I thought you guys were in town, and I wanted to do this in person. I got that far, and I'm just like, whatever.
Well, speaking of Jolene, we had her on the podcast, and that was you knocked out the park with her because she is fantastic, and I know that she does a lot with you at 24/7, and just got the award last night. And just what are your employees? What do they mean to you, and what they're currently doing to grow this business?
So one thing that's cool about our business, I would say the majority of our employees have been with us 5+ years.
Okay.
So we don't have a lot of turnover.
Just lost 6 in Q1, but not a lot of turnover.
No, but they're new guys.
Yeah.
They're experiments. You know, we have office people. We don't have a lot. Our office.
You got a good core group.
We've got 4 people in our office. One guy is the bookkeeper. It's myself, my sister, and Jolyn is basically the company, the top.
Okay.
We don't have a lot of mid-level management. All the money's out. Labor money is to installers, and that's how we like to keep it. We've been lucky enough that's worked. I don't know how much further we're going to be able to go without adding some mid-level management.
You're talking like warehouse manager, fulfillment type?
Well, I got warehouse guy, but we're talking like operations managers and, you know,
just some
salespeople.
Yeah.
We've gotten away with not doing salespeople. I don't know how.
Well, because this industry has been a lot about order taking. It's fulfilling the calls that are coming in and being order takers rather than salespeople, right?
Well, also it's marketing.
Yeah.
They have a name that people know, so you don't. Obviously, if you want to continue to grow, you might have to add salespeople to go out and hunt.
And we've tried.
That's got to be the shift. Is you're not so much order taking anymore, and you're going to more sales side. So you're looking for more of the hunters and the salespeople rather than. I mean, you still got to have the order takers and the people inside, but this industry, I feel like, is going in a way that you got to have more people going out and looking for that business and bringing it in, especially with all these PE firms and everything else popping up everywhere, and the money that they're putting in it, throwing out there. You got to figure out a way to go out and get it now.
Yeah, we've gotten very lucky that most of our businesses come word of mouth.
Yeah.
So that's been nice. Locally, you know, we've got a pretty good name, but like I said, some of the local community doesn't really need what we do as far as on the bigger scale. There's not a need for it. So we're going down to LA. We're traveling around the country most of the time, and hiring the right salesperson, there's a couple ways to go about that. You got to go, you know, recruit someone that's doing that. And that's a pretty sizable paycheck that I'm not sure we're ready to do yet.
With the traveling, are you focusing more on the wedding side, or what's your ideal clientele that you guys have?
So we're pretty much corporate, and then I would say high-end wedding.
High-end wedding. Okay.
And that's what mostly all of our travel is. Well, I mean, mostly all the travel is high-end wedding. There's some corporate. We're starting to get more corporate on the travel end.
Okay. Well, I mean, with a 50 meter, you better be diversifying something other than weddings.
Well, you got to remember the 50 meter came out of film and production, so we do a lot of film stuff.
Okay.
And the reason we got the 50 meter, well, I mean, I already had the profile.
You found that one job like the rest of us do.
So I had to sub-rent a couple rafters, whatever. But it was the season finale of Grey's Anatomy. There was one where there was like a limo crash. So we built a 50 meter, and they put all they were making a rainstorm. They did all under the 50 meter. It was a 90-degree day, but they pumped in clouds.
Holy cow. That's what I was going to say. What is some of the cool projects that you've done? Is there, I mean, building gyms and stuff, that's cool. But I mean, that's pretty damn cool to be able to do. Grey's Anatomy, is there some other ones that you've done that you feel like are pretty cool?
We just, we did a bunch of HVAC for The Pit, showed The Pit on HBO Max. So we're doing all their background holding on that one. Just wrapped. So season 3 should start shooting in a couple months.
Okay.
But season 2, we got that. We did Fast and Furious. Oh boy, you're putting me on the spot trying to remember this stuff.
Some pretty cool movies.
And then, like we'd have those couple celebrity gyms, which are fun.
I have seen, you did send me one picture of the one you did. I won't say it out loud if you don't want to, but it was really freaking cool.
Yeah.
That was all over the internet. I mean, such cool project that I feel like out there in the
Then some rooftop stuff's fun too. We got a rooftop where we had to crane a car up on a building. That was fun. That was 2019, I think. We did basically ripped the entire roof out, put in all these supports, craned up the car, and then it was just two 9 meters. But then we did a bunch of 9 meters, and then I called up Alex and Aztec, and we had to make a bunch of connecting tents to connect it all together. And that was a fun project. It was up for 3 years.
Oh wow!
A rooftop of this building, brand new builds up in LA.
Do you guys do a lot of long terms?
Yeah, we have some customers that actually own their tent. We'll sell it to them, and then we'll bring it back and store it, clean it.
So long-term stuff, are you finding more construction stuff with your diversifying in the structure side? Are you doing more long-term construction stuff like that, or you guys kind of stay away from that?
No, we were trying to get into it, actually. And it's kind of, you talk about full circle, right? Like these projects are coming back to what I grew up doing.
Right.
So it's kind of natural for me to walk into a project like that and understand what the job site needs. We're trying. It's a tough one to crack, though. I mean, that's a competitive market.
Yeah, and the big guys seem to have their hands tight around it.
They do,
and it's a different pricing structure, too.
Yeah.
That's where I was going to go with it. I feel like most of their prices they can afford to be lower on.
Well,
and with us,
it's one of those things where I think they are happy if they're making money on 50% of whatever they gave to that site. So if they're offering the site 10 different services, as long as they're profitable on some of the stuff,
they're also that's their niche. I mean, they're
that's exactly what they're doing.
They're niching that, and they're stuck in that, and they're able to cut those margins. Where with us, it's more of like at that point, I feel like it's more boutique-y for us.
Yeah.
And so it's not something we always do. We would love to do more of it. We just can't find enough profit in it.
Well, I'm wondering if they're eventually going to break in. I mean, I know you do some high-end festival work. Eventually, I think that's the work they're probably going to go after next because they're going to.
It's already happening.
Yeah, they're going to want the full circle rental.
Well, and that's what they're doing with construction sites. I mean, they're getting the whole damn thing, and that's what they wanted to do. But yeah, they're going out to these festivals and music stuff. They're going to be going after corporate stuff, sporting events, and things like that. But
well, I had this conversation with I'm not going to mention who, but one of those big companies, and when we were talking about construction work and how they weren't understanding, they didn't see like a job like the Super Bowl as corporate.
yeah,
And I was like, how is that not a corporate event or a corporate job?
yeah.
And the guy looked at me like I was crazy. So
I've had a couple of those conversations as well, and they told me they didn't want to go after that style, but they wanted to go after corporate. Same conversation. It was like that. Yeah, I would kind of equate it to. I mean, I understand that it may not be corporate. It's like a sporting event, but I would see it in our industry as more corporate than weddings.
Yeah.
Right.
definitely.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if they can do it. If they continue to break in, because it's when you actually start having real deadlines, that's what matters.
Well, the way that they do it is they start hiring people from the industry that have already done it, and then make it happen.
The one thing we're going to have over that always is they're never going to take care of the gear. The gear is going to be trashed.
Yeah.
So we have that advantage.
Well, and we have the people advantage, I think.
Absolutely.
I mean,
When you're a smaller business, even both your sizes, you at least know who your employees are.
Oh, absolutely. At the end of the day, yeah. Especially, I mean, you have to.
Yeah.
And it's
gotta be
easy to
more
buy
personable.
something, put it up, and the first time. But
Yeah.
the next time, you've got damages. You've got missing bolts. Like, all that's coming. And they're not there yet.
No, not at all. Before we finish up here, Rob, just some rapid fire questions for you. Favorite event ever to attend?
Ever to attend?
Yeah.
I'm a concert guy. So any concert, and then right behind that was the Super Bowl.
Alternative career path?
Firefighter.
You know what?
Now.
I would definitely say it'd probably be firefighter, paramedic.
Stress reliever during event week?
I like being on the job. I don't stress out on the job. My stress is sitting in the office. Like, I can't handle sitting at the desk.
I think that's all of us. One thing people misunderstand about your job?
How important we are, because we are the foundation. Rentals in general, it just doesn't happen without us.
And then what's one piece of advice that you would give to somebody coming into the industry?
Honestly, be patient. Like, everyone wants the money now, but you got to learn, and this is a job. You have to do it. You have to be out there, and you have to do it. You have to learn, and the dollars will come. And there is a career in this business. A lot of people think of it as a job, but there's legitimate careers to be had here.
Yeah,
Coming to events like this, there's a ton of people who have made this their life.
Yeah. That aren't owners.
That aren't owners, yeah. And I bet we
Hey.
speak to all of them. They never thought they were going to do this.
Yeah. No, I'm right there on that.
And you got to admit, like, it's the best people. It really is.
It's the most fun. Just ask Kyle how a lady stays out and hangs out with them.
I go to bed at 10 o'clock every night.
Every night. Yep, that's right. Sorry. So sorry. Well, Rob, we appreciate you coming on today, and love watching what you're doing over there on the West Coast. And we'll have to get you on again later and
Let's do it.
continue.
Sounds good.
Been another episode of Under the Vinyl, a rental management media podcast.